So, this is just an update from yesterday's video. Before I start though, I want to thank everybody that left comments. I want to thank, you guys for just showing the love that, that's not what I was doing it for. I'm posting these videos for me. Whenever I post something about what's going on in my life, and I've probably done it more in the past couple years than I ever have, but it helps me to get it out. I don't like to just sit down and talk one-on-one with somebody, and it's hard for me. But this, for some reason, is easy, even though I'm looking at myself, and it feels weird talking to myself. As much as I love to talk, it's still weird having a conversation with myself. But I'm doing these videos for myself. I want to feel better. Yesterday I said I wanted to feel some kind of normalcy. I don't know if I really want to. I don't know what normal is. So I just want to feel good most of the time. I mean, I'll take most of the time. I'll take half the time. But I just want these videos maybe to help or encourage somebody that to know that they're not the only person that's dealing with depression or anxiety or the paralyzation that you get from it, from where you don't want to get out of bed, and there's days where you don't even want to do anything or pick up the phone, or whatever the case is. So I made a YouTube page, and I'm calling it Life. It has a double meaning kind of for me. Dealing with this, I never, I always felt like I was a prisoner in my own body. Like I said, the paralyzation you get from depression and anxiety. After my mother passed, I don't think I probably left my house until a friend of mine had a wedding, and then I secluded myself again until November sometime, and so it's a constant battle. So in a sense, I'm a prisoner in my own body, but now I feel like after yesterday was the first step. I want to start living life, and I don't want to be held back by myself. I feel like I'm my own worst enemy. I'm most critical towards myself. I probably think too much. I overthink things, and I know I overthink things. So anyways, so if you can like, share, maybe subscribe to my page, maybe somebody else that's going through what I'm going through can get some kind of benefit from this. I don't know. It's worth a shot. I mean, I don't have anything to lose, and but this is going to be me. I'm going to be raw. I'm going to be uncut. I'm going to be honest. And hopefully, hopefully this will help somebody else. And, for sure, I want it to help me. I mean, most importantly, I'm tired of living like this. So, that being said, I didn't have any sleep last night. I had a lot of thoughts. I pretty much woke up like this, looking like y'all's favorite, Snapchat filter. Just that one. So, so I'm going to get into it. And so I went to the house yesterday, and I knocked on the door. The woman who was the mother that lived there, she's actually still alive, but she wasn't living there. She's 93 years old, and she's in hospice in a nursing home. So I just asked the woman who was there, did she know if she had another daughter, and she said, yeah, she actually knew who I was talking about. So she actually gave me her address, and I went there and I knocked on the door. And so I just want to give a real quick background, because I don't think I'm going to post that other video on YouTube. I stopped at a house yesterday that I got taken from my mom when I was about 7 years old, 8 years old, and around that age. Uh, and some abuse started. I didn't look at it as abuse at the time. I just thought that this is what this was normal. That was normal. That's what I thought was normal. And uh, the girl's. And it turns out that it wasn't the girl's mother. It was the girl's grandmother that we lived with. So, and she had caught her. It was Mother's Day one year, and she caught her, touching me, and they sent me to another home where I endured a lot of abuse, beatings, and I mean, you name it, switches, and it was rough. But so, anyways, I got to talking to. I knocked on the door, and I was so nervous, and the girl's boyfriend actually answered the door, and she. I said, is she there? And he said, yeah. And I told him who I was. I just said that, I used to be in a foster home, and he went and got her, and I didn't realize how nervous I was going to be. And she came out to the door, and she was holding a little baby, about 3 months old, and she immediately recognized me. I couldn't believe it. I said, and I was kind of pissed when I saw her. I was like, do you know who I am? She looked at me, and I said, do you remember me? And she said, yeah, like almost immediately. And I didn't really know how to feel, but she was like, this is my granddaughter. And I didn't know if she would, like, it almost felt like she was expecting me. Like she had been waiting, like for this to happen. It was kind of surreal. So, I got to talking to her, and I didn't really feel like it was appropriate with her holding a baby and her boyfriend standing there for me to just kind of jump right into something like that. I kind of wanted to feel her out. And the more I got to talking to her, so I don't think she was 17 at the time. I want to clear that up too, because, but she was definitely a teenager. And I mean, she was older than me. I remember she was in middle school and I was in elementary school. Maybe she was like in seventh, eighth grade, somewhere around there. I'm not justifying what happened to me was right. But she has 4 kids now, and when I met her, I actually met her son and her daughter, the daughter who had the little girl, and the son. And I did make some notes here because I didn't want to forget anything. But like I said, she definitely knew who I was, and I definitely think that she knew what she did because was wrong. Because when she went inside, she looked at me and she said, "I'm sorry if I was ever an asshole to you." And I was like, no, 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 it's all good. And then, I actually went in and they invited me in, and I sat and I talked, and it never came up. The subject never came up of what happened, and how it happened. I actually found out that I was actually there longer than I thought I was, just from talking. But I did drop subtle hints, like, I think she had mentioned that her boyfriend was way younger than her. And I was like, oh, still robbing the cradle, huh? And she looked at me with this look. So I definitely feel like she knew, and I didn't have to say anything. And it was almost a relief, because when I saw how, I think it just makes me sad that I let this hold me back for so long. And then I see that life just went on as usual. And, she was able to build a family, and here I am alone, And, like I said, she has 4 kids, 2 of them that I met. They look healthy and happy, and a beautiful granddaughter. And I just couldn't, I felt like she knew what she did was wrong. Like I said, I just couldn't bring it up. And I feel like I would rather live with this feeling than disturb what she had built. From the outside looking in, it looked like she had done a good job raising her kids. And it looked like they loved her a lot, and I'm not a homewrecker. I don't even think that I'm angry at her, because I don't know what she went through before. I don't know if something happened to her. I do know that, and one of the reasons that I wanted to do this was because, like I said, I ran into another kid some years ago, and he said the same thing happened to him. So I know I wasn't the only one that this happened to. Um, so after I left her, um, I I kind of I had a good feeling about it, and I kind of felt like, okay, I got her number, and I felt like, maybe I can link up with her when I could talk to her one on one and let her know, because I did let her know how my life has been. She asked how I've been doing, and I said I've been dealing with a lot of depression. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety. I've tried to hurt myself before, and when I left, uh, she actually texted me, and I'm gonna read the text that she wrote to me. Um, I don't want to get anything wrong here. So she said to me, "It was so nice to see you again. Please know if there is anything I can ever do, just ask. I feel sad hearing about your story, but I think you've come a long way, and it makes me feel sad that you were very depressed at one point. I could tell you're a good person. I know people with good hearts. I'm going to look for pictures, and we definitely have to link up because I think that it's pretty cool. I don't have any siblings, so everybody that came through those doors were like brothers and sisters." That kind of threw me off right there, because I don't look at my sister like that, you know? Um, and just think, and then this is her again, and just thinking about it now, I'm sorry if I was ever an asshole. Um, so, I wrote her back, and I said, uh, the depression, anxiety is something I've lived with my whole life. All those homes, I'm sure, had something to do with it. I would like to get together sometime to talk. I don't know what you're searching. I don't know what I was searching for when I knocked. I know it was random, me showing up like that. I'm glad that you invited me in. If there's a chance of us being able to get together and chat a little bit more, I would appreciate it. Not sure what your schedule looks like, but if you can make some time, I think it might be good for both of us. Um, I'm glad I didn't knock on the wrong door, and your family is beautiful, and I'm happy for you. And she said, absolutely. I think everything happens for a reason. It makes me really sad about the depression and anxiety you have to deal with. You do it well. I think we have to at times just be super strong, which is very hard. We would love to get together with you. My boyfriend is the best. Seriously, he's happy we reconnected. So, it when somebody says something like, well, first of all, I think that we kind of live in a place where someone can get more offended. Then this is just an example, because I know that I held a lot of this back because I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid that it was my fault that I went through this. But, I feel like we live in a place where someone can get more offended by you calling them judgmental than at the fact that they are judgmental. And it's kind of become a new thing. It's like where they'll go, how dare you say I'm judging you? And well, how dare you judge me? People try to trap you into being afraid of saying what the person is doing, as opposed to them being afraid of acknowledging the world that we're living in, and what we are actually going through and not how we portray ourselves as on social media. I know that that held me back a long time from opening up to a lot of people that I know. Just how would they feel about me? Would they look at me different? Some have, most haven't, thankfully, and I thank you guys. But I heard this from, I don't know, I was watching some video, and the guy, he said something, adversity shapes you. It shapes you as a human being. The more challenges that you face and overcome, the stronger you become. They also have the power to debilitate you. I think I'm only here because of a few people who were put into my childhood and my later life as well. And I time and again overcame these obstacles, and it was an easy thing to do. Not just to overcome them, but to come away enlightened on the other side and finding a purpose for why it happened in my life, and what I got from it. And I think that's where I'm at right now in my life. When she's told me, everything happens for a reason in that text message, a lot of people say it, and I think that everything does happen for a reason, but it should be, what reasoning can you take from what happened? Those fucked up things happened to me. It didn't happen for a reason, but now that it did happen, what can I take away from this? And I'm getting sorry. We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to what happened. And I'm trying to learn that, because it's really, really hard to keep relationships now. And I really want to be able to help other people. I just want my story, first and foremost, to help me, but I really, that makes me feel good. It doesn't, a lot of people, they'll call me when, they need, I don't know why they call me when they need, especially relationship advice. I mean, shit, I'm the last person to ask for that, but they do. And I don't know if they just want a good laugh, or, whatever the case is. They call me, and, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when I'm out and about, and, I just tell jokes and people laugh. I know that, I'm still a work in progress, and this is the first day that I'm trying to get a handle on it. I'm trying to get a grip on it. I'm trying to figure this out, and I want you guys to, I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. I know that I need help. I'm not afraid to ask for it. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. This is me. I mean, a lot of you guys have known some of this stuff, and you're still my friends, and I appreciate that. And I just want to be honest with everybody. I just want to know that I don't mean to, sometimes I might come across as a dick or whatever, but I mean, I'm really trying to just get through it. You know what I mean? Like I'll tell jokes, and some people take offense to them, or whatever the case is. But sorry, I'm trying to find one more note that I had I don't know where it's at, but I don't know what I'm trying to get out of all this. I know that I know it makes me. I felt good when I left there yesterday because I felt like she knew um, exactly why I was there without me having to say anything. Maybe there was a little bit of guilty conscience on her part. Um, you know, I know that I'm gonna, I feel good right now. That's why I guess that's why I think I wanted to wait before I posted anything. I feel really good right now. I feel like I did something that kind of made me a little bit stronger. Um, I also, I contacted Children's Home Society today. Asked them, can I volunteer? What can I do to go speak to some of these kids in some of these homes that I was in? So that I can maybe tell them my story and say, hey, look, man, I slept in that bed. If you and I don't want to be a statistic like most of the other kids that I was in all these homes with. A lot of them are dead or in prison. There's a few of us that made it, and I have no reason to. And this is the thing, I have no reason to be ungrateful. Like I mean, I grew up in like between all those homes, and then my mom had to start all over, and I had to go to a trailer park, and we grew up in there. And now look, I mean, why would I be anything? I mean, why can't I be a success story for these other kids? I'm at rock bottom right now. I mean, I just got laid off. I don't have a car. But I'm still out here trying. And that's all that I can do. But I want to be the change that, I want to be what everybody sees in me. And I feel, you ever feel like you just have greatness in you? And that's how I feel. Like, I feel like and I know I'm going to make mistakes, but I'd rather, making mistakes to me is way better than faking perfection. And I see a lot of people faking perfection on social media. And, and I don't want to be that, This is me, man. This is me. Y'all motherfuckers knew who I was. Well, a lot of you did. But, I mean, I feel like I have something to offer, and I feel like that I can help people. I feel like I can make a change, and I'd really appreciate if you guys would, if you made it this far. I know the video is about 22 minutes long now, but if you guys can share and like my video, and maybe subscribe to this page, and I'll post more. They won't all be like this, I promise. They'll, I can be funny at times and shit, you know what I mean? Like, I know that right now I'm just trying to, this is the first piece of this jigsaw puzzle that I'm trying to put together. I went to a couple of the other homes on my way before I even went to that place yesterday. And, I that's why I called Children's Home Society yesterday too. I wanted to see if there was something that I could do to just go back. Cause I saw some of the kids there, and that was me, that was me, man. One of the girls asked me, she said, did you know my dad? She said his name, they called him Ken, and I didn't, but he was supposedly there around the same time as me. But that was me, man. When somebody would come up to the door, you just was happy to see somebody else besides that house parent. You were, excited, and I want to help somebody feel excited. I want them to feel like, when they get out of there, they're not going to go to some piece of shit place. They don't have to go to some piece of shit place. They can make it. They can do something. I didn't get all this by feeling bad for myself. I didn't get I didn't get where I'm at, but it comes and goes in waves. One day I'm happy, one day I'm sad, and that's just the way it is. And, that's what I have to deal with. And this right here helps me to figure out what could have been different. Like, it helped, that's how I figured out, like, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, but what's the reasoning for it happening? It happened, and I can't do anything about it now. I can't do shit about it now. But I could figure out what I got from it and how I can make that better, or how I can make myself better, or maybe somebody else. And I think that's why I never thought I would make it past 25. I thought that I would be in that statistic. I really thought I would be dead. But I'm here, and I feel like I'm here for a reason. And yeah, and I really hope that you guys help me out, and just with the encouragement. I love that. It really motivated me. But again, I didn't want to do this for sympathy. I'm doing this so I can help myself. It, Nobody's knocking on my door to say, "Hey, man, you want to change today?" No, man, I got to do that shit. I gotta be the one to take that first step. I at least got to show you guys that I'm serious about it. Otherwise, it's just words. I'm just asking. Like it's almost like if I ask for it, then do it for me. But I don't want that. It's not gonna mean as much. I want to be that change. I want to hopefully settle down someday. And I can't do that until I can fix whatever is wrong with me. And I don't think there's shit wrong with me, but it's just I got to figure it out. And yeah, this is me. Like I said, man, this is gonna be raw. It's gonna be shit. Your Snapchat filter, like like I'm not gonna give y'all all my skeletons. You know what I mean? Like in case I do ever meet somebody. Shit, I don't want to scare them away right off the bat by how damaged I am. You know what I mean? Because really, who's gonna want to clean all this shit up? You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna want to clean all this shit up? Shit, I gotta do most of the work. And I feel like if I can do that, then I can move on and be happy. And that's where I'm trying to be. Happy more often than I am now, and it's gonna just be one day at a time. And I really can't believe that I just spoke for 30 minutes. But I really hope that you guys watch this, that you've watched it this far. I hope I didn't bore you guys, And I'm gonna go now, but I'm gonna try to figure out how to find the link that I made for my page and post it. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, and hopefully, this is my first day to healing. Really healing. And figuring out what's going on with how I can fix this. I don't have one of them fancy degrees, 12-year degree from mental health or whatever it is that, the therapist that charged me $90 to $180 to go see him for an hour. I feel like I've figured out more through this than I have going to any one of those counseling sessions. So, hopefully the next video won't be so long, and hopefully y'all ain't got shit to do right now so that you guys can watch it. So I'm gonna give you out of here, man. And this song is just fitting, and yeah. So I hope that you guys will again just like and share my video, and hopefully this will be an inspiration for somebody. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.